longer are this warm-up band gonna hog the stage for? Sounds like some sort of Gorillaz tribute band. Where the bloody hell have you been?
I know, I'm sorry. It has taken me way too long to make this video. It's almost been 2 years since I made the tank stereotypes. I'm really sorry that the delay for this finale has been so bad. I hope the meat of this video was worth the wait. Regardless, welcome to Support Main Stereotypes. The support heroes are seen as the blinding light of hope in Overwatch. When you're down on your luck, low on health, and cornered by an enemy roadhog, nothing warms the heart more than a friendly Mercy on her way to your assistance. Nothing screams, oh yeah, this round is in the bag, more than queuing up on Nepal Sanctum with a Lucio on your team. And by God, there is no better feeling in the world than when your friendly MOIRA 360 YY no scope, black scope, double whammy, triple whammies a healing orb into the room you're in from across the map. Needless to say, support heroes are very helpful. They can be the foundation of your team, or your most useless ally. And although some support heroes are debatably better than others, and there's always a worst option, all support heroes are at the very least viable. It really just depends on who's playing them. And with that, let's get into the stereotypes. Quick disclaimer, just remember that these stereotypes should all be taken with a grain of salt. They're emphasized on purpose in the name of comedy. So, if I say that maining MOIRA makes you a sweaty 13-year-old that only mains MOIRA because you're too shit to use Mercy after they reworked her and you can't use the ultimate res as a crutch anymore, that doesn't necessarily make it the truth. It's just that everybody thinks it is. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's begin. Ana mains are tricky. On top of being more rare than a steak cooked by Helen Keller, they're very defensive about being an Ana main. Almost elitist, frankly. In their eyes, Ana is the only support hero who requires any skill, and since she was the first DLC hero to enter the game, anyone who mains her is instantly a veteran, and knows everything there is to know about Overwatch, even though in reality, they have bronze healing because there's a soldier and a Sombra on their team, and they've died more times than their pocketed diva has asked for healing at 500 health. They only ever really use their bionic grenade when either they're low on health or they're too bad to land a shot on their pocket, and they only ever seem to use their sleep dart whenever you, specifically you, finally charge up your ultimate and are about to push the objective and win the match. Are all Ana mains like this? No, of course not. There are some gems out there. All I'm saying is if you queue up with an Ana main on your team, don't hold your breath. Baptiste mains get a bad rap. People see how effective Baptiste can be given his objectively broken kit and automatically assume that the person using them are no good at the game and need to use a cheap hero in order to do well. However, in reality, that isn't always the case. Don't get me wrong, a lot of new aspiring support mains will see that Baptiste can go invincible for a whole 5 seconds and be drawn by that, but for the most part, Baptiste mains are actually quite good at their craft. Not only are they good with Baptiste as a hero, but they're good at the support role in general. They've got a decent bit of experience under their belt, they know the strats. Overall, they're a very above average player. They play Baptiste knowing that in his current state, he's one of the better options in terms of AoE healing and keeping his teammates alive in dire situations, and that's very respectable. There are two types of Brigitte mains. The ones that try their ever-living heart out to do the best they can as a support hero given Brigitte's very limited kit and are the most wholesome creatures you will ever meet, and the ones that basically personify every negative stereotype based around MOIRA, but do them as Brigitte. Also, side note, can we please stop bullying MOIRA mains? Like, for real, a MOIRA main could be carrying a competitive match, have gold healing over somebody like Mercy, and still be getting bitched at because, oh, their overextending Junkrat ran into enemy fire and died, expecting MOIRA to be dumb and follow suit. Or, oh, MOIRA only damages enemies, even though damaging enemies is what MOIRA's kit is entirely based around. I'm sorry. I know this segment is for Brigitte, but the discrimination against Moira and her mains is so infuriating, man. Whatever. I'm just rambling at this point. Let's just get back to the video. The first example of Brigitte mains are a pretty rare breed. They're either new to playing Brigitte and don't know what they're getting themselves into, or they're the very experienced, higher-leveled Brigitte main that has played enough of the hero to casually drop gold and healing and never have to worry about how good they're performing, because they already know they're doing great. The latter example of Brigitte mains, though, are what you should expect to deal with 97% of the time you queue up with a Brigitte. They know that Brigitte is objectively the worst choice when it comes to consistent heals, so they've got to try and really prove how good they are at the game by sweating their nuts off in Quick Play Classic and shit-talking little kids in competitive after they ask them to switch to a better healer. Brigitte mains are the definition of toxic Overwatch player in both personality and gameplay, so thank God that more often than not they're not smart enough to realize they're still in group chat and not team chat. Because if that was the case, on top of not getting healed, you'd hear nothing but bitching the entire match. Yes, I know. We get it. Lucio has the hardest pixel spray in the game. We understand. Now, can you please switch off of speed boost and change over to healing? 3 teammates have died, and you're still rushing us to the objective. In all seriousness, though, Lucio mains are the definition of average player. They can keep a team healed, they know when to swap between healing and speed boost pretty effectively, and can definitely fend for themselves, which is pretty impressive considering how mediocre Lucio's damage output can be. Oh, but don't worry. Lucio mains will be sure to remind you how hard it is to main Lucio. They'll be sure to constantly remind you how shitty his damage output can be, they'll remind you how badly his speed boost got nerfed back in 2017, and they will be damn sure to remind you how hard getting Lucio's pixel spray is. So just know that every time you ask Lucio to start prioritizing healing instead of trying to get Soundwave environmental kills for his sick nasty Lucio montage, he's most definitely going to give you some pity party excuse in team chat. Mercy mains are a dime a dozen, which pains me to say considering I am a Mercy main, but it's the unfortunate truth. Mercy is hands down the easiest support hero to play and do good with, and she's also objectively the most powerful support hero in terms of healing output. Because of this, many new players will pick up Mercy, do really well, and continue to play as her later on into their Overwatch career. They'll bitch and moan about Mercy's weekly nerf and how much, in quotes, better she was before the rework, and how none of her teammates are defending her. And although some of these gripes are justified, Mercy mains just love to complain. Most Mercy mains stick with it, eventually suck it up, and maintain their role as their team's foundation, but in the off chance that doesn't happen, they evolve into a Moira main. When Moira was released, a lot of frustrated Mercy mains tried her out, were happy that they could finally do significant damage on top of healing, and dropped Mercy altogether. Obviously, this was many moons ago, and nowadays many players have started maining Moira on their own accord, but there was a time back in the day where the stereotype around Moira mains was simply that they used to main Mercy, but weren't good enough to keep maining her after her rework, so now they just main an easier hero. In modern times, though, that really isn't the case anymore. Modern Moira mains main Moira because of the appeal of being able to flesh out enough damage to not only fend for yourself, but also be a formidable foe. And since Moira is able to output damage on level with most damage heroes, people love to bitch about her and give her a bad rap. You thought Baptiste main's got a bad rap? He's not even close to Moira in terms of suffering slander. Moira mains are depicted as people who just love to ruin everybody's day by not healing her teammates, when in reality she's just sick of you bitching her out over mic after running into the heavily defended objective and instantly dying because she wasn't dumb enough to follow and die as well, costing the team a damage hero and their support carry. Can I get some hashtag justice for Moira in the chat, please? Zenyatta mains sort of embody what Zenyatta is all about. People who main Zenyatta have humbled themselves with the idea that there are objectively better support heroes to choose from. But he sticks to his guns and still manages to carry his team's healing output, and it's very respectable. They die a lot, and they aren't always one that should be depended on all the time, but when a good ZENYATTA is on your team, expect to be getting healed more than if there were a Mercy. These guys can be pretty good. Also, Blizzard, if you're watching, please give us more Zen lore in Overwatch 2. That's all we want. Just please stop neglecting my son. Anyways, that's all she wrote. I really hope you guys enjoyed the finale to the series that took way too long to come out. And if you're hoping for more stereotype content from me in the future, then don't you worry. I'm cooking up a little something in the noggin that hopefully won't disappoint. Regardless, thank you all the ton for sticking with me throughout this series. It's been a long one, and it's been a ton of fun working on these over the past couple of years. I cannot thank you guys enough for the support I received throughout making this series, and again, definitely expect more stereotype kind of videos in the future. I'm thinking about branching out into other games. It'll be a fun journey for sure. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do be sure to hit that like button, and if you're new around here, feel free to subscribe. It means a lot and helps me out even more. Thanks again for watching. It's been Minnie. I'll see y'all later.